What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this. Beautiful, delicious, grilled, smoky, scratch-made, amazing Bratwurst. That's right, folks. We're taking all the great flavors of a Bratwurst and turning them into a perfect cheeseburger on a homemade pretzel bun. Coming up. This is some pork. Pat it dry. And what I've got here is some chunks of some pork butt as well as some pork belly, which is usually what I go for whenever I'm making pork sausages or pork burgers. And today we're kind of doing both because with the 4th of July happening this weekend, people across America are going to be firing up their grills, cooking off a bunch of hot dogs, burgers, and brats. And seeing how I just put out a hot dog video on Tuesday, I figured today we'd tackle the other two at the same time by making a burger out of a bratwurst because that sounds really tasty. But like always, we got to get this meat cubed up so it freezes really quickly and goes through our meat grinder a little bit easier. And just like that, all cubed up, we've got 5 pounds of pork total, which I'm now going to park in the freezer for the next 30 to 45 minutes to get nice and cold. And now that our meat is nice and cold, through the old meat grinder we go. I've got the coarse die on there today, but you could do whatever size you like. And I think I'm just going to send it through once. Beautiful grind on that. And to turn this from ground pork into bratwurst, I'm going to bust out the all-new Chuds BBQ Bratwurst Sausage Mix. Really proud of this one. Came out very flavorful. Came out with this a couple weeks back along with our Italian sausage mix. And it's just got all the flavors you need for a perfect bratwurst. And like all the other sausage mixes we make, this is rated for 5 pounds of meat, just to make life a little bit easier. But of course, I've done plenty of brat videos in the past with full-out written recipes if you want to make your own from scratch. So now I'm just going to get this all mixed in and evenly distributed, and then go in with some water as well. Probably should have used beer. A little too late right now. Should have thought of that sooner. And this is definitely leaning closer to a sausage sandwich as opposed to a pork burger, meaning all the spices are mixed throughout the meat. But I suppose you could make a pork burger and use that seasoning on top. But most of the time when I see people making brat burgers, they're just going to the store, buying some bratwurst, taking the meat out of the casing, and forming patties that way. So that's kind of the approach I'm going for, except homemade. And once everything is thoroughly mixed, I'm going to start weighing out some 6-ounce burger balls here, because I want a good sized burger, but not quite a half-pounder. And I like a 6-ounce patty. Sticky. Something like that. And in no time at all, we've got ourselves a rather pathetic looking meatball mountain. Yeah, these meatballs are a little too soft and sticky to get a proper pyramid out of, but that should be fine. So now I'm going to try to form these into some patties with my little burger press here. Beautiful. Look at that big, beautiful pile of bratwurst burger patties. Gotta love that. But yeah, I'm gonna park these in the fridge for the next probably couple of hours to let those spices hydrate and develop flavor and let these patties firm up a little bit. Next up, let's go ahead and knock out some buns. Starting with our water and our eggs, as well as our yeast and our sugar. And get that all mixed up. And then in with our bread flour and some dough conditioner. And let that come together. And then in with our butter and our salt. And now let this knead for about 10 minutes. And once we've got a nice smooth dough ball, into a grease bowl we go to let this double in size for the next 60 to 90 minutes. And once our dough has doubled in size, out it comes. Boop. And now we're going to portion this out into some 95-gram dough balls. Then we're going to grab our dough ball, form all the seams to the underside, pinching everything shut. Give it the old table roll so it's a nice, taut, smooth ball. And look at something like that. And once all balled up, I hit these with a little bit of flour so they don't stick too badly, and I'm going to flatten these out just a little bit. And now we're going to let these rise again for another 30-45 minutes to get nice and poofy. And now that our buns are looking a little bit more like buns, we're gonna go ahead and pretzel them, which I've done once before, and it went all right. Check out the mushroom Swiss burger episode from like 5 years ago. But to do that, we got some water, and we got some sodium hydroxide, AKA food grade lye. 4% solution here, just gonna get that all mixed up. There's plenty of other hacks using baking soda and things like that. You can look that up on the internet if you don't wanna buy lye, which is understandable. And then I'm gonna try to get this bun up without deflating it too much and dip it right in. Oh, these might come out a little wonky, folks. But just a couple seconds on each side in this bath should be enough to chemically alter the outside, making them nice and dark like a pretzel. Flip it over. And then out it comes. Let some of that water drain off and pop it onto a sheet tray. Beautiful. And now we repeat with the rest. And once they've all been dipped, I'm gonna get my little bread razor here and try to do a nice little X in the top, which I'm also not very good at. Might be time to swap out the blade on this thing. These do not look great, but hopefully when they spring in the oven, everything will be fixed. And unfortunately, I forgot the pretzel salt down at the Chud shop, so I'm just gonna go on with some flaky salt on top. And now into a 375-degree oven these go for probably about 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, out of the oven these come, and I gotta say, these look absolutely beautiful. They puffed up nicely. We got some good blistering on there as well, and the color is perfect. And I did a terrible job on the X's, but they still look pretty good. Not too shabby. Pretty happy about that. But I got these cooling down on a wire rack so the bottoms don't steam out. I'm making some caramelized onions, by the way. Just some butter, yellow onion, probably throw some beer in here once these start cooking down a little bit. And after about 10, 15 minutes, these are looking good, nice and dark. So I'm gonna go in with a whole beer. Oops. Oh no. Deglaze that pan and let this reduce down a little bit. And after another 10 minutes or so, that beer has completely evaporated and we've got some beautiful color on these onions. They smell incredible and they look great. So I'm gonna set these aside and let them cool down. Which means now all we gotta do is cook off some burgers. So let's go ahead and fire up the pit. Boop. Got the old pellet grill here fired up to 450 degrees in grilling formation, meaning I moved the little baffle plate so we got direct flames coming up and hitting the flat top grill grate situation here, meaning we should get a really good crust, good sear, and get some good smoky flavor on there as well. Per usual, I got this thing filled up with smoky pecan shell pellets, my pellet of choice. Love these things. They smell great, they taste great, they burn for a long time, and they're made out of 100% pecan shells, which is pretty cool. I'll have a link down below if you want to get 10% off your first order, or you can head to their website, or you can get them at chudsbbq.com. Highly recommend it. Everyone that tries these absolutely loves them because they're nice and smoky and flavorful. Beautiful looking sausage patty here, and side note, probably don't use the patty paper because it was a nightmare trying to get this off because it's so sticky, but I did manage to get it all off. And now we're just gonna sear these off. But these are looking great, nice and fatty, nice and meaty, and they definitely firmed up in the fridge. And now we're just out here doing some simple summer grilling. Gotta love that. I don't have this fire ripping hot because I want to take these to a relatively high internal temp because it's all pork, so probably in the 140, 145 range. So let that crust build, close this down, and hopefully get some smoke flavor on there as well. Spent a couple of minutes on this side, so let's go ahead and give this a flip. Oh goodness, that's a dark crust. Yeah, that might be too hot. You know, not the worst, but that's definitely burnt, so we might have to try again. It's only been like a minute or two. Let's flip it over and see what it's looking like. Still pretty dark, but better. I guess all the spices in that sausage mix sear up pretty quick, but looks good to me. These honestly cooked a lot quicker than I was expecting, but both of these are temping around 140 degrees, so now I'm gonna move these over to the cool side of the grill and get them off the direct heat. And I've been debating all day whether or not a Bratwurst needs cheese on it because I don't really put cheese on Bratwurst all that often. But this is a burger after all, so I think some cheese would be nice. So I started asking some friends and everyone had a different answer. Either no, a Bratwurst doesn't need cheese, or maybe some Havarti, or maybe some American. And honestly, there's probably enough flavor that we don't need cheese, but making a burger without cheese on it just seems wrong. So I'm gonna throw some on there. And generally, I'm just an American cheese on a burger kind of guy, but for these ones, I figured a little pepper jack would play nicely. Beautiful. I'm gonna shut this down with that cheese melt, get a little more smoke flavor on those burgers. Beautiful looking pretzel bun. Zip that down the middle. Oh, looks so perfect. Loving the color of these. But I'm gonna get these toasted off real quick. Beautiful. I'm gonna keep this burger pretty simple today with some mustard. Love this stuff on brats. It also goes great with a beer. Who'd have guessed? Oops. Get that all spread around. Up next is some of our beer braised onions. These look incredibly good. Smell great too. And I haven't tried them yet because last time I made these, I ate most of them before I finished the dish, and I'm trying to save myself. Nice healthy amount of beautiful dark onions cooked with beer. Gotta love that. And then down with our perfect little patty. Oh, what a fit. Honestly, I don't know how that works out so often. You'd think I'd make the buns too big or the burgers too small, but gotta love it when a plan comes together. Then I'll go ahead and mustard this top bun in the back here. But also, let me know in the comment section down below, if you were gonna make brat burgers, what would you put on them? Because there's so many options. And then on this top bun, I'm gonna go down with a little sauerkraut as well, that I definitely made myself and didn't pick up at HEB earlier today. Because for me, some sauerkraut, some mustard, and some caramelized onions sounds like a pretty good burger. And we flip And there it is, folks. My version of the Bratwurst burger. That looks absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know why I made two. But while we're here, oh geez. Schmee, onion, burger, kraut, fini. Let's get a little cross section, shall we? Oh, looks like a sausage burger. Nice. You know, I've made a lot of good looking burgers on this channel, but that one is just something special. The shiny pretzel bun, the melted cheese, that juicy looking sausage patty. And you know, I love a good bratwurst and I love a good cheeseburger. So putting them together, sign me up. But let's see how it came out. That's a yes to a question that nobody asked. Oh, that is phenomenal. Bit of a mouthful though. Cut it in half. Oh, it's so juicy. That is a good bite of food right there. That pretzel bun is packed with flavor. That is so good. The mustard, the kraut, got some crunch to it. It just works incredibly well because it's all the familiar flavors of a good bratwurst, except instead of a snappy casing, you've got a full sear on the burger patty itself, which adds a lot of flavor. And like any other burger, it's built pretty similar, right? You got the sauce, which in this case is just straight mustard, which is perfect, I think. Caramelized onions, you know, I put those onions on any burger. The cheese is bringing a really nice creamy element, and it's also packing a bit of a kick, that HEB jalapeno pepper jack. Good stuff. And then you've got the sauerkraut on top, which is taking the place of a pickle, right? Because it's fermented cabbage, bringing a little bit of acidity, a little bit of funk, and a little bit of crunch. And altogether, that is just a fantastic bite. And the homemade pretzel buns definitely help. Certainly making those again. Not to mention, this was a pretty straightforward process, except for the pretzel buns, and I assume most of you aren't going to be making your own buns anyway. But if you went to the store and got some ground pork, popped onto chudsbbq.com and got yourself a bratwurst seasoning mix, you can get a whole bunch of these brat patties knocked out, keep those in the freezer for a rainy day, and then it's just caramelizing some onions, buying some sauerkraut, or you could make it, and you got brat burgers all summer long. Highly recommend it. And honestly, I was a little concerned about how dense that patty was going to be because of all the binders and things in the sausage mix, but truth be told, it eats incredibly well because it's just so juicy. I think the coarse grind was a good move. The cross section, however, does not look great, you know what I mean? Gray pork is not the most appealing looking thing, but it tastes incredibly good. You got the sear, you got the juicy factor, and it eats just like, you know, a breakfast sausage sandwich. But it tastes like a really good dinner. That's really good. And with this last bite of brat burger, I think it's time for the official taste test. Ooh. Ah! That one actually hurt. I mean, all right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic scratch-made brat burgers on a homemade pretzel bun. I highly recommend giving this one a try. You know, these would make for a perfect weeknight dinner because they cook up so quickly, they come together pretty quickly. And like I was just saying, if you've ever been interested in joining the sausage-making world, this is a perfect place to start because you can grind meat in a food processor, you can get a stand mixer attachment, you can buy ground pork, and these come together super quickly. They're gonna freeze up great, and I'm pumped to have a bunch of these patties in the freezer. And you still get all those amazing brat flavors, you know? It's a sausage on a bun with mustard and sauerkraut, just a slightly different form factor, except you don't need all the equipment and the casing skills that go along with that. So definitely something I'll be making again very soon. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Team Chud members. Thank you for supporting this channel and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.